In the border camps of Cambodia, the perception of safety was often an illusion. While these camps were internationally recognized as safe havens, the specter of conflict and political maneuvering loomed large. Refugees seeking solace found their daily existence interwoven with an undercurrent of tension and fear that overshadowed their hopes for a new life. Security was not merely a theme, but a fragile concept, with the camps serving as complex arenas in the ongoing geopolitical struggle that enveloped the nation. The omnipresent threat from the Khmer Rouge resonated strongly within these borders. Despite facing military defeat by Vietnamese forces, the remnants of Pol Pot's regime continued their nefarious activities along the edges of safety. Some camps, with their vulnerable populations, transformed into grounds for recruitment and supply for these insurgents. The psychological war waged by the Khmer Rouge created a paralyzing fear among refugees, stifling dissent and ensuring silence through intimidation and violence, leaving their grim legacy ingrained in the minds of those caught in their web. Alongside the Khmer Rouge, other factions played their role in complicating the already dire situation. The Khmer People's National Liberation Front, KPNLF, and the Phuntsien Pek Party, loyal to Prince Norodom Sihanouk, rallied behind their banners, claiming to fight for the liberation of Cambodia. Yet their involvement brought additional layers of conflict. The constant threat of forced recruitment of young men and children loomed over the camps, where innocence was often overshadowed by the burdens of war. Civilians found themselves exposed, becoming unwilling participants in a struggle fueled by political ambitions, their identity molded by the factions they belonged to or opposed. In the dry seasons, when military offensives intensified, the camps bore the brunt of power struggles as strategic assets in a bloody game of survival and supremacy. Ultimately, the reality of life in these border camps was a lamentation of lost dreams and shattered lives. Each day passed under the weight of fear and manipulation, where the fight for survival transcended mere sustenance. Children played, but their laughter was tinted with the knowledge that peace was an elusive mirage. Families sought solace, yet remained vigilant, navigating a world where safety was a conditional bargain. Amid the shadows, they grew resilient, carving out a semblance of life against the backdrop of an ongoing political battleground, forging connections and alliances in a dance of survival and hope for a brighter future. In regions marred by conflict, banditry often blossoms amid desperation. The proximity to lawless borders creates a breeding ground for criminal elements who prey on the vulnerable. Refugees, stripped of their usual protections, find themselves targets of theft and extortion, living under the constant threat of violence from armed gangs lurking both inside and outside the precarious confines of their camps. Each day becomes a delicate dance of survival, as communities band together to forge makeshift defenses and remain vigilant against the threat that looms just beyond their makeshift homes. While the Thai authorities opened their borders to shelter refugees, this sanctuary came tethered to a stringent control. Soldiers patrolled the camp perimeters, a dual-edged sword offering protection, yet invoking fear. For many refugees, the sight of uniformed soldiers may ignite memories of state-sponsored violence, further deepening their trauma. The policies could shift with the political tides, leading to forced repatriations or curtailments on movement. Each policy shift stacked additional burdens onto the already heavy shoulders of those seeking safety, leaving them in a tense limbo, fraught with anxiety and vulnerability. International aid agencies, tasked with providing humanitarian relief, found themselves navigating through a minefield of political complexities. Their commitment to neutrality was constantly challenged by the conflicting interests of various factions and the realities of Thai sovereignty. Yet, they remained dedicated, often operating in an environment where the lines blurred between aid and influence. The camps morphed into battlegrounds not only for physical survival, but also for ideological struggles, as each day refugees yearned for peace in a landscape filled with uncertainty. These individuals, huddled together in the shadows of their past, sought not just refuge, but a flicker of hope amidst the chaos, crafting dreams of a life reclaimed from the ravages of conflict.